In Shrouding the Heavens, the legend of Emperor Ye Tian is not just one of power, destiny, and transcendence, but also one of hidden support and timeless protection. Behind Ye Fan's ascent lies a figure shrouded in mystery, a being whose influence shaped the fate of the world from the shadows. The Ruthless Empress, an enigma in the world of Shrouding the Heavens, rarely shows herself. Yet every major turning point in Ye Fan's path bears the imprint of her will. She gave Ye Fan 4 powerful gifts, transcending time and space to guide and protect him. These weren't just tools or lucky opportunities. Each one was a divine setup aligned with the great causality of heaven. Together, they carved the path that would lead Ye Fan from obscurity to the ultimate heights of godhood. So what were these gifts, and what fate-changing role did each one play? Let's unveil them one by one. The first gift, the source of the mother energy of all things, foundation of the Chaos Emperor. This gift formed the material basis for Ye Fan to craft one of the most powerful weapons in the cosmos, the legendary cauldron of the mother Qi of all things. Hidden deep within the bronze immortal palace, the source of Mother Qi was sealed by the Ruthless Empress herself. This chaos-born treasure dated back to the very beginning of the universe. A single strand of it could collapse mountains and rivers. Ye Fan risked his life to break into the immortal palace. He reshaped his body in darkness, and after enduring countless hardships, finally claimed the Mother Qi. The value of this treasure surpassed that of any emperor weapon. It was the ultimate divine material, the embryo of chaos, the pinnacle of equipment refinement. When the immortal palace crumbled, Ye Fan stood bloodied, his golden blood dyeing its ruins. As the violent dark yellow energy surged to crush him, his ancient holy body exploded in defiance. Tearing through the chaotic torrent, he roared, "My Tao is more than this!" At that moment, the source of the mother energy turned into golden light and sank into his sea of suffering. Silence fell, and a new legend began. With this cauldron, Ye Fan subdued ancient royal families, challenged the supreme beings, and ultimately fused the cauldron into his final divine weapon, the Heavenly Emperor Cauldron. More than a weapon, it embodied Ye Fan's core philosophy. One weapon to break all laws. No matter the enemy's techniques or powers, he would suppress them with one strike of the cauldron. The second gift, the Hedao Flower, key to transcending mortality and becoming immortal. The second gift allowed Ye Fan to achieve a breakthrough never before accomplished, to merge all fruits of his previous lives and ascend beyond the mortal realm into true immortality. In a hidden forbidden land, the Ruthless Empress planted a chaos flower. She nurtured it with the blood of immortal kings for hundreds of thousands of years. When it bloomed, the flower summoned 3,000 laws, allowing a mortal to instantly become a saint. At the pinnacle of his transformation, Ye Fan used the flower's power to integrate his ancient holy body, Emperor's soul, and mortal immortal foundation into a unified whole. The result was an explosion of radiance that lit up the past and the future. As the 9 sacred mountains collapsed, a golden flower rose from the abyss. Bathed in immortal light, Ye Fan's shattered emperor bones regenerated, inscribed with Tao patterns. Time itself flowed through the petals. On the other side of time, the white-clothed Ruthless Empress raised her hand. The petals turned into a galaxy and settled onto Ye Fan's immortal platform. Her whisper echoed through the cycles of reincarnation. "In this life, you will see the immortals for me." At that moment, Ye Fan opened his eyes, and with them, he broke the final barrier of the immortal realm. This flower allowed Ye Fan to surpass the limits of his sacred body and awaken the chaos body, enabling him to stand equal to legends like Ruthless and Wuxi. More importantly, it gave him a glimpse into the realm beyond sacrifice Tao. Without this breakthrough, even Ye Fan would have struggled in the ultimate confrontation against the strange source. The third gift, the bronze ghost face mask, a guardian across time and death. The third gift was more than protection. It was a silent vow, a trace of obsession, and the final safeguard of Ye Fan's life. The bronze mask bore a laughing and crying face. It followed Ye Fan through his entire cultivation journey, from the first time he found it in the Lingshu cave heaven to the final battles during the dark turmoil. Every time Ye Fan faced death, the mask activated. It summoned the battle shadow of the Ruthless Empress, a projection of her Tao imprint, and protected him. It was not just a relic, it was a message. I don't want to become an immortal. I just want to wait for your return. Her emotions, sealed in that mask, echoed through the ages. During a fateful battle, the 7 supreme beings from the forbidden areas activated the emperor-killing formation. Ye Fan's body was shattered, his soul's flame nearly extinguished. Then the mask in his arms trembled. From the river of time stepped out a white-clothed figure. The immortal sword flashed once. The heads of 3 supremes rolled to the ground. The rest trembled in fear. "It's her! She's still alive!" The masked figure looked at Ye Fan, and in that moment, even her impassive face seemed to shed tears. Then she disappeared, leaving behind only a sigh. This protection showed Ye Fan the weight of the cause and effect that bound him to the Ruthless Empress. In his final sacrifice, he smiled and said, "In this life, I will walk the path to immortality for you." The vow that spanned thousands of years was finally fulfilled. The 4th gift, the ancient forbidden land, a hellish cradle for the sacred body. The last gift was not a treasure, but a trial, a place of pain, death, and rebirth. The ancient forbidden land, crafted by the Ruthless Empress herself as a training ground for the holy body. Here, 9 miraculous divine medicines grew in a land of death. Each one required life to nourish it. The abyss stripped away vitality. Time decayed flesh. But for Ye Fan, it was a forge. Every step forward broke his bones. Every punch against the wild trees shattered his flesh. To pick the divine fruit, Ye Fan's body shriveled like an old man. But with a roar, he kept punching forward. When the 9th divine medicine entered his mouth, golden blood surged into the sky, blowing away the desolate mists of 10,000 years. And deep within the abyss, a hidden sword mark, the very sword intent that once severed reincarnation, quietly sank into Ye Fan's spine. That sword mark, more precious than any inheritance, became the signature of Ye Fan's invincibility. This gift gave Ye Fan 2 of his greatest strengths. First, a physical body so powerful that it could resist even the erosion of time and survive against the Supreme's ultimate weapons. And second, a Tao heart forged in the fires of death and decay. A heart that could look into the face of eternal oblivion and still say, "My fate is mine alone, not heaven's." Why the Ruthless Empress is Ye Fan's true protector. Unlike Emperor Wu Shi, who left behind a glorious legacy, or Emperor Shu Kong, celebrated for his battles across the desolate realms, the Ruthless Empress never sought recognition. Her protection was a silent arrangement, one that began with the Bronze Immortal Palace, continued through the Hedao Flower in the Forbidden Land, and culminated in the ghost mask she left behind. Each of her 4 gifts landed precisely in Ye Fan's hands, across countless barriers of time and space. When Ye Fan raised the Mother Qi cauldron of all things on the final battlefield, and the ghost face mask floated from his arms, the Ruthless Empress's sigh echoed through the ages. This round, you won after all. As her figure faded from the end of time, the true era of Emperor Ye Tian had only just begun. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more deep dives into your favorite Donghua legends.